Hey friends, in today's video we're creating this look. I love the way that it came out. Very fresh, dewy, glowy skin, but it's gonna last all day and not get shiny. Also, I wanted to keep the eyes light and fresh, but I wanted some like elements of holiday in there. So there's a lot of shimmer happening on the eyes, but it is very friendly for mature eyes, dry eyelids, or textured eyelids, so stay tuned for that. I just really love the way everything came out. I did team up with Sephora, so everything that I'm using is from Sephora. I'll have everything listed and linked as I always do. And I'm really excited to share a special event that they're having right now. Their Fragrance for All event is happening now, and you can save 20% off full-size fragrances. So before we get into the video, I want to share 2 fragrances from Sephora that I just picked up. Now, I do want to mention that you must be a beauty insider to take advantage of this event. Their Beauty Insider program, I'm sure you are all already signed up, but if you're not, I'll have a link down below for you to join. It's completely complimentary. There's no cost to join, and you basically accumulate points throughout the year as you shop. Those points you can redeem for a variety of things, one of them being access to shop exclusive events and promotions like this one. So let's talk about the 2 fragrances that I want to share, and then we'll jump into the video. So the first one that I got is one that I've used for many years. It is Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. I have used this fragrance, I think, since it launched. It's been around a while, and I remember discovering it and really loving it. This is a very warm and spicy scent, but it also is very clean and fresh. If you are someone that doesn't really wear a lot of fragrances or perfumes, and I would put myself in that category, quite honestly. I'm not someone that has an extensive fragrance collection. I kind of have a few scents that I love, and I just like to go through and rotate through those few. I like to have a signature scent, and this is a very great signature scent. This also has over 2,000 reviews on the website, so I was happy to share it because I think fragrance is such a great gift for the holiday season, but it also can be something that is very personal, right? And I wanted to find fragrances that were generally loved by all, and I think that this one checks that box. I really love this one. One other thing to mention about this fragrance is it's hypoallergenic, which is nice, and it's also unisex. So if you haven't smelled this or tried this, I encourage you to try it the next time you were in store. Also, I want to mention the Fragrance for All event is online, so you can order online through my links. You can also shop in store, or you can shop at Sephora at Kohl's. Okay, so the next fragrance that I picked up, I'm really excited. It's a new one to me. It is the Gucci Flora fragrance. And when I went in, I wanted to find and try a new fragrance, something that I don't already, own or use. And the woman that was working at Sephora that helped me highly recommended this. She said this was a favorite of many, which is another reason that I wanted to share it as a great gift idea. Now, this is a very fruity floral scent, and it's very sweet, which normally I kind of like more on the fresh, clean scent, but when I smelled this, I was like, I can wear this. This actually was an Allure Best in Beauty winner in 2022, so that's pretty cool. That says a lot. This has the keynotes like pear, white gardenia, and brown sugar. So if you like a floral sweet scent, or you have a friend or someone on your shopping list that does, I would highly recommend this as well. And this has over 1,000 reviews too, so I don't think you can go wrong with either. But again, it's 20% off full-size fragrance. There are very limited exclusions that you can read about. I'll link to the site directly down below. But yeah, take advantage of that while you can. I also want to mention it's a one-time purchase. So think about everyone on your list. Think about, fragrances that you want to get for yourself to try, or things that you need to restock on, and stock up in one purchase, because I believe you can only use it in one purchase. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. All right, so we got the hair back. Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with Luminous Silk from Armani. I've used this foundation for many, many years, like many, many years, but I just recently fell in love with it again. I used this a couple weeks ago, and I was just reminded of how good this is. There is a reason why everyone loves this foundation, even though it is a foundation that has been around for at least a decade, right? I think everyone talks about new, new, new. So when a product that has been around this long and it still is a favorite and it's still on the top of everyone's list, there's a reason why. All right, we're gonna go in, and by the way, I'm the shade 5.75. It looks a little dark when I apply it to the back of my hand, but when I put it on the skin, it blends in beautifully. This is a very nice winter foundation for me because it is luminous and just gives a really healthy looking radiant finish to the skin, but it's not shiny and it doesn't like move throughout the day. It really stays in place and just looks fresh and beautiful all day long. It also just gives the right amount of coverage, not too heavy, but You get good coverage from it, and it's buildable. I also love how thin the formula is. It's very easy to spread across the skin. When a formula is a lot thicker, you tend to have a heavier, cakier look for a couple reasons. One, because it's a thicker consistency, but two, it doesn't spread as easily as a thin formula like this, so you end up using more of a heavier product. So keep that in mind. All right, let's just press this in. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm having a few little breakouts lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's stress of the holidays, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at not like feeling stress, you know, here, but it starts to, when I say here, I mean like, I wouldn't say that I'm a stressed person. It doesn't materialize to like my brain, but my body starts to show signs of stress. And then I take a step back and I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I am going through quite a bit right now. And when I say stress right now, I mean, it's probably just the holidays and the busyness of normal life that we all experience, right? Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, this foundation is just gorgeous. If you haven't tried this foundation, pick it up. Pick it up this year before the end of 2023. It doesn't matter if you pick it up now or in 2024, but it's just such a beautiful foundation. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, next we're gonna go in and conceal, and I'm gonna use the House Labs concealer. I have the shade 24 Light Medium Neutral, and I do think this one is slightly a little dark. I keep saying I'm gonna go out and buy a lighter color, and I haven't done it yet. This is a very nice concealer. It has a very skin-like finish. It has great coverage. It too blends and spreads so beautifully. I'm applying quite a bit of it, more than I normally do with concealers because the formula is really nice and light. And I'm just gonna press this underneath the eye. When I apply concealer, I really like to use a pressing motion first so that I can really build and get the coverage that I want. Once I've gotten pretty good coverage, then I will go and sweep and kind of drag the brush across the skin to blend it out. Okay, perfect. The skin already just looks so good, and it was so easy and quick with these two products. If you like a really natural but flawless coverage, I really recommend these two. And I think they're really great for all skin types. Even though this has a dewy glow to it, it's not like shiny looking. So even if you have maybe combination skin or you're oily in certain areas, I think you'd still enjoy this foundation. If you're really excessively oily, then you might want to go with more of a matte foundation like the Dior Forever Matte. But dry skin, normal skin, and even combo skin, beautiful. We're going to go in and create some definition to the face. I picked up the Match Stick by Fenty Beauty, and I got the shade Amber Suede 09. This is a pretty cool tone color, so I'm using this really to just create some definition, slightly contour the face, but I also have my Rare Beauty bronzer stick here to add a little bit of warmth if I feel like I need it. Let's go in and see though. So I'm going to go in first and just create a little bit of definition right here, kind of right underneath the cheekbone. Being careful not to drag it too far over. I actually think I got it a little too far over here. Okay, and I'm also going to contour the nose slightly. This formula is really nice and creamy, and it's got a good level of pigment. Like you can really build it up if you want more pigment, but the first swipe is kind of light, which I like and appreciate in a contour stick, because if you ever goof and apply it in an area you don't want, or whenever you're working with a product that is so different from your natural skin tone, you really want something that is buildable and very easy to fix if you apply it incorrectly. We're gonna go in with the same brush that I used for foundation, and I'm just going to press the brush basically over where I applied that product. I'm not dragging the product around and moving it too much. I'm just blending it out exactly where I applied it. For the forehead, I'm going to move to a different brush. I'm going to use the brush I used for concealer, smaller, and we are going to kind of spread this and blend it into the hairline. Use that same brush for the nose. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we've got some subtle definition. You know me though, I like some warmth, so I'm going to go back in and add a little bit of warmth. I'm using a similar product, but as you can see, the shade is much warmer. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that kind of really just right here on the temples, and then kind of right above where I applied and blended the contour. This is just going to add a little bit of warmth to the skin. And for this, I am pressing it, but I'm also kind of blending up a little bit. This will kind of blend in with my blush when I go in to apply blush. Perfect. So nice. Okay, next we're gonna go in and set everything with a little powder. I'm gonna use one of my new favorite pressed powders, especially if you like a brighter, like a slight brightness to your complexion, and if you like really poreless matte skin. This is the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the lightest shade. I think it might come in 2 shades, maybe 3, but this is the lightest. It pretty much looks white, but it's very translucent, but it gives a little bit of brightness to the skin. This is absolutely beautiful, but again, you must like a matte finish because it will completely mattify the skin. I'm gonna go in with a flat kind of powder brush just to pick up the product real lightly. And I like to set underneath the eyes with this product. It is light enough to where I can get a pretty soft set under the eyes without it being too heavy and magnifying texture as a heavy powder can do, so be careful. I'm gonna set underneath the eyes. I'm also gonna set the nose slightly. I'm gonna set the forehead right here. I get real shiny and a little oily right in there. And then I'm going to set around my smile lines, the chin, and right above the lip. Basically just the T-zone. This is the area that I always need to set in because my makeup will move throughout the day. Perfect. Okay, next we're gonna go in and apply blush, and I'm really excited to use this product. I feel like I might already have this product, although I just purchased this the other day thinking, oh, I need this, I don't have this. But now that I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the name, I'm like, I feel like I've used this, or maybe it was on my list, or maybe I swatched it in the store. It just seems very familiar to me. It's called She's Blushing, and this is from Patrick Ta. What I love about his blushes is you get a cream, and then you also get a powder blush. I'm kind of living for this cream though, so this is what we're gonna go in. We might actually set it with the powder too. Let's just be open to wherever the application takes us. Okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use this side of the brush to apply the cream product. And I'm gonna just kind of start light. We're gonna see how this applies. I don't know if this has a ton of pigment or if it's very sheer, so let's start out light. Okay, I can go in and get a little bit more. Ooh, pretty. This is my signature peachy pink shade that I love. Very beautiful. This reminds me a little bit of Petal from Westman Atelier, but a tad bit warmer. Oh, that is stunning. Love. Okay, very excited about this. I just love a cream blush. I am very impressed with Patrick Ta's formulas. His bronzer that is a similar concept, cream bronzer and powder bronzer. Maybe that's why that's sounding familiar, because I'm pretty sure the shade I have in the bronzer is She's Bronzed. Anyway, love it. It is become my new favorite bronzer. I bought that a few months ago and I have not put it down. I take it everywhere with me. I have a little case. I don't have it here in front of me, but it's the case that I transport between the office and my home and the studio, because oftentimes I'll leave my house without makeup on because I'm either filming my makeup at the studio or doing my makeup at the office. And that bronzer is always in there because wherever I am, I want to have it on hand. Okay, now I'm just kind of building the blush up. Oh my gosh, this color is stunning. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. Just for fun, let's check out the powder side of this too. So I'm gonna flip back over and use the powder side of this brush. I'm gonna kind of get any excess off. The blush is pretty perfect. I actually don't want to ruin it, but I do want to play with this powder. Okay, the powder is intensifying it quite a bit. It's pretty, very pretty, very, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna just take the brush I use for foundation and just bounce it just around. I can get a little carried away with my blush sometimes. Okay, all right, you guys, let's move along to eyes. I picked up a new Armani eye tint. I love this product. This is a liquid eyeshadow that can be worn alone beautifully. It could also be paired with powder shadow, either on top or in the crease to complement it. I have this in a few shades. I'm forgetting the exact names, but I want to say number 9 and number 11. This is number 44, and it's like a rosy metallic shimmery shade. Let's swatch this. Oh, it's so pretty. These are a very nice formula, especially for like textured eyes or drier eyelids or mature eyes, because even though it has shimmer, it's just so refined. It's not chunky, it's not heavy, it's not glittery. It's very beautiful. I'm going to apply this and sweep this on the lid, and I'm going to apply a pretty good amount. I'm actually going to work one eye at a time here because I do want to blend this before it has time to dry. You can use your finger. I'm also going to use a brush right now though, just to blend this into the crease. Today, I'm going to wear this alone on the lid. I think I might change my mind, but I'm not going to pile a lot of shadow on top of it. I will complement shadow around it in the crease, maybe in the outer corner, but I don't want to completely cover this. I want to keep a real nice, light, shimmery look on the lids today. These are some of my favorite liquid eyeshadows. They are just very, very nice. Now, when you're blending it, you want to, don't over blend because you can really sheer these out, which is nice, but I want to keep that color on the lid. And if I over blend, I'm gonna just kind of it's just going to slowly start to disappear, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to slightly blend the crease, and then I'm going to feather up into the crease and out. You do want to be careful not to apply too much of this product. You want just a nice, even layer. Perfect. Okay, you guys, let's go in and add a little definition to the crease. I recently bought this Dior palette. This is the Backstage Eye Palette in Nude Essentials. Really beautiful shades, very warm, neutral. You got some cool shades in here too. You've got some shimmer shades. You also have a couple of matte shades. This was the one shade that I looked at and thought, I'm not gonna wear that. It's too stark and white. Oh my gosh, it's actually so beautiful, and I'll use it today to show you. Let's go ahead and create a little definition in this crease. I'm gonna go in with this matte, kind of medium warm brown shade. And we're just going to build a little definition right in the crease. We're just going to sweep this back and forth, and I'm going to follow my natural crease shape. I'm not going to elongate it, and I'm not going to like overly round it out. We're just going to keep the natural shape today. I'm going back a couple times just to kind of build that color up. I feel like I'll know when I want to stop. I don't really have a clear vision in mind, but I will know. There we go. I think that's good. I want to resist the urge to over apply shadow today. I want to keep the eyes pretty light and fresh, so don't let me overdo it. If I start to overdo it, stop me. I don't know how you would stop me, but okay, there we go. We're going to stop right there. Okay, next, the only thing I'm going to add to the upper lid is I'm going to add a little bit of this really beautiful shimmer shade. Now, when I get it with my finger, it's going to look very, very white, but let me shear this out on the hand so you can actually see how pretty it can look if you apply it very lightly. Do you see that? It just reflects light in the most beautiful way. If you apply this correctly, you can get a very sheer brightening effect, but you can also pack it on if you want like real intense, more of a stark like finish. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit on the tip, kind of tap off any excess, and we're going to pop this right here in the inner corner of the eye. Really softly, you guys. Very, very soft. Oh, so stunning. Do you see what that just did to the eye? Wow, just to put this beautiful spotlight right there in the inner corner, really open the eyes up. The key is very light pressure. Just dip it in once and tap it off, and very light pressure. You can get a very different look if you pack it on. Not to say it's a wrong look or the bad look. It's just not going to be this look. So if you like this, the key is super soft pressure. It's like I'm just barely like kissing the face, kissing the eye with this brush. I don't know, is that weird? Okay, next we're going to go and do the same thing underneath the brow with the same color. Now, I usually don't go in with something so shimmery underneath the brow, but we're going to be very light-handed, and we're just going to gently sweep that over once to give a little bit of a highlight. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to actually take a tiny bit and put that on my nose too, because why not? So pretty. Okay, we're going to stop there for the shadow. Let's move on to liner. So for liner, I'm using the Tarte Quick Stick. This is a really great product because on one side it has a cream shadow stick, on the other it has an eyeliner. I'm going to use the eyeliner side first. I will probably use the shadow stick on the lower lash line just for fun. And this is black. So I'm actually going to tight line with this today. Okay, so I'm going to tight line my eyes with this, and I don't tight line all the time, but I'm just going to do a little bit today because this is black. I don't really like to wear black liner on my lid too much. I used to wear it a ton, but now I prefer like chocolate browns. So I'm just going to line the eyes right there. I'm going to use the other side of this, and we're going to use this on our lower lash line. This is going to give some definition there, but because it's a soft, shimmery taupe shade, it's not going to look heavy. Oh my god, this color is so pretty. This is beautiful. It actually reminds me of that Armani eye tint shade that I love. I'm pretty sure it's number 9 or number 11. It's just the most beautiful pearly taupe. Okay, and this is nice because you can layer it and get a little more intensity. It's very pretty. Okay, I'm going to go back into this palette, and we're going to take a tiny bit of this shimmery shade right here, and we're just going to run it over what we just applied. I don't want to change the color of what we just applied. I want to keep that color because it's stunning, but I do want to set it a little bit so that it doesn't, you know, crease or move around, because that area underneath the eye moves a lot. There's some little fine lines there, some texture, and I just want to set that shadow stick with a complementary eyeshadow. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to lashes. Very excited to be using the Armani mascara. This is the Eyes to Kill mascara. I believe that I haven't tried this mascara. I don't own this mascara. I think this is the first time I've used it, but if you find a video of me from like 7 years ago using this, you know, Sometimes I forget things that I use, but I'm excited to try this. I'm gonna go ahead and curl the lashes. Since I'm trying this mascara for the first time, I'm gonna skip lash primer. Let's just see how this mascara applies on its own so I can let you guys know and give you an accurate description of it. So this is what the wand looks like. Pretty traditional wand. All right, let's go in and build and see what we get here. I always like to rest the wand right at the root of my lashes and kind of close my eye and wiggle that wand back and forth, and then pull up. So what I'm doing when I do this is wiggling the wand is helping me get as much off of this onto my lashes. If I just sweep and coat, sure, you'll get mascara on your lashes, but this is the way to get the best and the most impact, is just wiggle it back and forth and then pull up. You're also going to make that lash line and the root of your lashes really thick and full, which is nice. Okay, this mascara is really nice. This looks like, to me, primarily a lengthening mascara. Of course, I'm getting volume, but I'm getting a lot of separation and a lot of length. It also looks very nice and wispy. That actually, to me, looks like a false lash. Now, not necessarily in how long it is long, but just in how perfect it is. Like, it looks like a perfect little false lash, like a perfect set of natural false lashes. Let's go do the other side. Since I'm not doing a lash primer, I'm going to be pretty generous with this mascara. So I'm going to do a few coats on one side, let it set, come back and do more. Wow, look at that length. That is impressive. Let's go back to the other side, add a little more. I also want to see how far I can take this before it looks clumpy or like too much, you know? Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. I think that's about as much as we're going to get, and that's pretty good. I like this mascara. Very, very nice. Perfect. Okay, that is really beautiful. Look at how light and bright the eyes look. I really spent the time making those lashes long so that the lashes could really oomph up this eye look. You know, I wanted the eyeshadow to be light and shimmery and not heavy, but I wanted some glam, and I got that from this mascara. Okay, for lips, we're gonna go and line the lips with my favorite lip liner of the year, the Pillow Talk in the shade Medium 2. Next, we're gonna layer this new lipstick that I bought the other night. This is the Sephora Collection lipstick in the shade 3. It's a pretty nice kind of cool tone pink, very creamy and very pigmented. Really, really beautiful. It has a little bit of a shine, but I wouldn't say that this is a glossy lipstick. It's so pretty. Okay, and the last thing I want to do is I want to add a little shine to this. I mean, I don't really think I need to. I'm looking at myself in the monitor. I don't think I need to, but let's just do it for fun. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Peony. And I'm just going to blot this right in the center of the lip just to give a little bit of shine and highlight there. These are so nice. Okay, you guys, we are just about done. I feel like I want to do one last thing because why not? I pulled this out to use it, and I'm gonna use it. I can't get through this application without using it. This is the Dior Backstage face palette in the Universal shade. Comes with 4 shades, very beautiful shimmery highlights. You can use these for the face or the eyes. I'm actually gonna use a little bit of the pink on the eyes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that same crease brush. By the way, this is the only brush I used for the whole eye look. And I'm gonna take the side of my brush, pick up a little bit of that pink, and we're just going to lightly layer that onto the lid right there in the inner corner. Do you see what that did? So this is what this is after, this is before. It's similar to the Armani liquid shadow that we use, but it's a little bit brighter and a little pinker. Pop that right there. Perfect. Okay. And then maybe just run it down my nose. So pretty. So this is the finished look. I love the way that it came out. Very, very glowy, pretty light and fresh overall. The eyes are light, the cheeks are light, the lips are light, but you have that glam with just how glowy the skin looks and how long and full the lashes are. I really love this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link all of the products that I used along with the shade names in the description box below for you. And don't forget to shop Sephora's Fragrance for All event. You can shop that in store, online, or at Sephora at Kohl's, and it is 20% off fragrances, full-size bottles. It's a one-time purchase, so my suggestion is stock up on all of the fragrance that you possibly need, whether it's for gifts or for yourself, or if you want to try something new or just load up on your favorites. 20% off is a huge savings. So I will link the 2 that I shared earlier, the Gucci Flora and the Juliet Has the Gun, Not a Perfume. I've been using this one for years and I love it. And I think this is actually the first time that I've owned a full size bottle of it. So I'm excited. I will link those 2 down below along with some other recommendations. Thank you for watching this video. video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one.